Well, oh, wrong camera. Sorry. There we go. That's better. Good evening, everybody. How are we all doing today? As no doubt you can tell, I am absolutely roasting hot. I've got a little towel here that I'm going to have to keep using to try and dry myself up. I'm sat in this very, very, very hot shed. I really must fit air conditioning to this shed just for days like this. How are we all? How are we all? And what have you been up to in your own allotments and gardens? But firstly, let's see if anybody's out there. And I can see indeed there is. Adrian has joined. Hello to you. He's also saying hello to Ballysillian. Hello to Philly SPB. Hope he says hi to Veg Grower Army. Hope that covers everybody. Hello to Ballysillian Allotment Man. Thought I was a lone soldier tonight. Glad to see the army arriving. Indeed, I'm glad to see everyone arriving as well. Amanda Joy has joined. Good evening to you. Turbo Stream has joined. Good evening to you. Oracle has joined. We are just waiting on the commanding officer, Richard. Who else have we got? Who else? Hargrave Gas. Hello, everyone. Too hot to work, so come into this wonderful chat. Indeed, it is very, very warm today. Very, very warm. But we will. It's even warmer here, but we will persevere. Richard Golden has joined. Good evening to you. Ian Beddoes has joined. Good evening to you. And Beatrice has joined. Good evening to you. Anybody else out there who's joining the show, please do leave a comment and let me know you're out there and add anything to the chat. Now, coming up a little bit later, we're going to be creating a gardening playlist that's going to be accessible via Amazon Music, Spotify. They're the only two that I use. If there's any more out there, we'll add them to that as well. So get your thinking caps on for some songs that we can add to list, but don't rush in just yet. What have I been up to over this last week? Well, I've sown some radish. I've been pricking out some basil. I went down the allotment earlier today. I went down there first thing in the morning to try and make the most of the cooler weather so I could get a good head start before it gets too hot. Done some weeding, done some watering. It's a bit too warm to try and do anything else. And the most important thing, of course, to keep hydrated. I've got this this water bottle came from Gardenia, so keeping in with the garden theme. Indeed, keep hydrated. It's certainly, I think, here in South UK, it's been very, very warm. I don't know about where it is where you are. Let's have a little look at what everyone's saying again. So Turbo Stream is saying 37 billion degrees Celsius. That's very, very warm. It begins with B. It's gone off the tip of my head at the moment. Hayley Davis has joined. Hello to you. Nikki Cole has joined. Good evening to you. And Richard Masterson, hello from Rhode Island. Good evening to you. Although it's probably not evening where you are in Rhode Island. Ian Beddoes has gone on to say that's a big bottle of vodka. No, it is water. I don't really drink. I don't really drink at all. I have a swig of that. Saying that yesterday, I did have a pint of cider when we went out for something to eat. Turbo Stream is saying, I haven't done a lot on the plot with this week, just a bunch of mulching and strimming. I think that's what everyone's going to be really saying today is they've not done a huge amount, just trying to make our way through it and try and make the best of this weather. Now, if you want to call in, the phone line is 07307 135 174, or if you want to zap yourself in on the link that's going up as well just now. Adrian is saying the sheep and him say it is too hot. It is really too hot. Amanda is saying we had 30 degrees in Leeds yesterday. Yeah, that is pretty warm. My dad has joined. Hello to you. Think you need some AC installed to shed. How about Strawberry Fields for the song? Yeah, we'll get into that in just a moment. So hold on with that. And Beatrice is just a bit further north, Amanda, in the northeast, and we had 30 degrees as well. Yeah, I mean, 30 degrees even down here on the south is pretty damn warm. I mean, I'm lucky. I'm about a few minutes away from the beach, so we get a bit of a cooling effect coming in from the sea. And we noticed it yesterday. We went out, we took a day out, we noticed it. We were by the beach for most of the day, and then we went inland in the late afternoon, and we could tell the difference in the heat. So I'm sure that's the same wherever you are. Ian McGorgan, hello to you. Hope you are well. You look hot. Why, thank you very much. I'm sure that's not what you mean, but you've got to have a laugh. I do actually, don't I? Got a bit burnt and rosy cheeks. I'm certainly keeping up with the fluids. That's all I'm going to be saying is keep up with the fluids. So, like I said, I've been busy down the allotment. I went down this morning. I got down there early in the morning so I could beat the heat of the day. Try and make sure if it's hot for me, I'm sure it's going to be hot for my plants. So I wanted to make sure they had a good lot of water. Luckily, just a few days ago, we had a lot of rain come through, didn't we? It's balmy the weather this week, and that caused some flooding and stuff. So actually, the ground itself is pretty moist still. But the pots and stuff, I think they can dry out very, very quickly. And therefore, I want to make sure I keep on top of water in my pots and keep those well hydrated. They've been my main concern. And to be honest, out here in the garden, even my chickens, they've been staying in the shed in order to stay cool because it's just too hot for them as well. Don't blame them. Don't blame them at all. Adrian is saying AC to a refrigeration engineer should be a piece of cake. It will be a piece of cake. It's just getting the electrics out here is what I got a workout to do. Haley Davis, I've been isolating for a week. I hope you're okay. So got lots of jobs done that I haven't had the time for. Yeah, I mean, in some ways, I don't want to be isolated, but if I was, I have plenty that I can get on and do. Trouble is, I wouldn't be able to visit the allotment, but at home, if I was had to isolate for a week, I would get so much done. You know, even in here, I've got some seedlings that need potting up and things like that. So plenty to do, really. Jim M, I think I might sleep in a van tonight to use the aircon. Yeah, I have been known to run out into my van and just run the engine with the aircon on when it's been so hot, just to cool down. Luckily now all I do is jump in my little hot tub, and I say hot tub because actually it's cooler than it is in the air to cool down. Anyway, this is gardening. This is about gardening, isn't it? I'm getting the impression. Hello to Cornish Haven. Hope you are well and things are very good down in Cornwall. Turbo Stream is saying he's a bit disappointed with his plot this week. All Nebraska's have run to seed. Does anyone else have midsummer plot blues? Yeah, I think that's something that I've certainly felt. I've been finding myself, particularly with the allotment, a little bit disheartened in some ways. And it's purely down. Last year I had all the time to spend on the allotment. It was immaculate. This year I haven't had so much time, and I'm looking at it thinking it should be like it was last year, and it ain't gonna happen. So I'm finding the midsummer blues it's either too hot or too wet to do anything. Brassicas could be bolting. Mine aren't too bad, but it could happen. That's where shade cloth can come into play. Anything to try and help out your own allotment or your own plants. Just trying to see what else have we got. Adrian said, when I had a walk-in freezer, I used to sit in it at minus 20 degrees. Yep, I've been known to do that as well. Cornish Haven, I have no veg, just loads of weeds and grass I need to clear. Well, I mean, I think that's the same as me, to be honest, on the allotment. I've got loads of weeds and grass I need to clear. I've got plenty of veg growing. I've got more veg growing at home this year, which I'm pleased about. And Ian McGorgan is saying, my radishes went to seed and woody, which also happens. I think I was talking about radishes the other day, and I said on that, this was on a supporters club podcast. That's where I remember it when I was sowing some radish seeds, and I said the thing I find with radish is to make sure they do not dry out. They need to be kept moist at all times. So let's get into the main crux of the show tonight. You know, and I know there's probably lots of things. If anybody does have a question, please feel free to leave it in the comments. Call in on 07307 135 174 or zap yourself on the link that I'm potting up right now. But the crux of the show, if you look in the title, in the description, you will see there's a link to a Spotify playlist and an Amazon playlist. And what I want to do is know a few songs that you listen to, or you might listen to while gardening, and we'll add those to the list. You guys can go and listen to that playlist as it goes. At the moment on the Amazon playlist, because I had to put one song in there to start it off so I could share the link, I put Combine Harvester by the Wurzels. Now, if that should stay or go, that's up to you guys. This is your playlist that you create. I just thought as a group of guys, we can pull it all together and start adding our own songs. The reason I said that, my taste in music is probably not what everyone else would like. I like a lot of sort of hard rock, Metallica, Guns N' Roses, or Guns N' Roses could work, but I thought I'd leave it up to you guys. So please do share any songs that you would want onto this list. And what we'll do, I'll write it down. I've got a pad of paper here. I'll write it down as we go. And when I finish tonight, I will add them all on into the playlist. So quickly, Cornish Haven is Nui99. Nicola, I thought it'd be change my username. Now I've moved. I thought it was you. I did think it was you. So thank you. Excuse me. Thank you for clarifying that. Adrian, one good thing that the weather is there is a lot of grass this year with the rain and heat. Yeah. And actually, I've got to say the potatoes are looking very, very, very good this year. Although I noticed my cherries, they were ripening up just really nicely, and the best crop of cherries I've had in a long time. And I've been harvesting quite a few. But all of a sudden, when I went down there today, they've started to go mouldy, and I think that's down to the damp atmosphere that we've had the other day. Turbo Stream, I am rethinking what I grow for next year. Probably will not bother with brassicas again. They seem too much hassle somehow. Well, what I say to that, Turbo Stream, don't pull off brassicas, but think about brassicas more for your autumn winter crops, because you can feed yourself, or you can have food coming in every day of the year with your brassicas. But yeah, they don't like the heat, so they're much better to grow throughout the winter time. And he's also came with One Man Went to Mow. Is there an artist for that? So I'll take that, I'll write that down. But if there's an artist that sung One Man Went to Mow, we'll be fine. Turbo Stream, I rarely listen to music. Well, this might encourage you if you've got Amazon or Spotify, Amazon Music or Spotify. Oh, we have our first caller. Hello, caller. What's your name and where you're calling from?
You had any song in the whole world, and you put Combine Harvester down.
Yes, it was the first one I could just think of. But should it stay or should it go?
Get it out, mate.
Okay.
Who is going down their allotment and like rocking down waving to people going, oh my harvester, I'll give you the key. Who's going to do that?
Well, who knows? Who knows? This is what everyone else is going to decide. It's Lee
That's the
Connolly, by
video.
the way,
That's
everyone.
the video we all want to see of Richard Tuggett going down to his allotment like that.
Yeah. It's Lee Connolly, Skinny Jim Gardner, by the way, everyone. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, man. Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a while.
What's going on?
Yeah, good. So we're making a playlist for songs to listen to while gardening.
Yes. Right. I'm going to put any Calvin Harris song down as an out song. So once you finish gardening, it's the last song you play.
Okay.
Gets you pumped.
Okay. Can you tell me a Calvin Harris song?
Summer. There you go.
Summer.
Perfect for this weather.
Okay. Summer. Okay.
Do you want me to sing you a little bit, or do you want to find out?
I do know you like singing, but that might go against the YouTube algorithm. So
probably, because I'm such a good singer, YouTube will think that he's actual Calvin Harris. So
Sure. So okay. Calvin Harris Summer has gone on the list, and you say Combine Harvester has to go.
Personally, for me, it's a no-no.
It's a no-no. Excellent. Okay.
Others might disagree. Others might think that is the intro to your gardening day.
Sure. Well, we'll see what everyone else says about that subject. So, what's going on in your gardening world at the moment, mate?
Well, I'll tell you what, mate. I've been staying out of it today. How hot has it been?
Very.
I mean, you look pretty hot in there, mate. In that shed.
Yeah, it's very hot in here. I'm going to have to put aircon in here.
Do you know, we've got the paddling pool out, right? We've put a big shade over the top of it, and we've been playing the paddling pool this weekend, mate. That's just all you can do. Let the old robotic do the work, with the old lawn, and everything else can just do one until it cools down a little bit.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think that's what a lot of people are just sort of saying tonight is they're not done much because it's too hot, and I don't blame them.
It's not worth it. It's not worth like doing yourself in, I don't think.
No, I agree. And you know what more excuse do you need to sit in a garden and actually enjoy your garden?
Well, I think we forget to actually sit as gardeners. We forget to sit and enjoy it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, it's the perfect time for it, mate. If you're going to sit and enjoy it any time, sit and enjoy it on the hottest day of the year.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man, that's about it. So yeah, basically, I mean, every time I call you, you always ask me what have I been up to, and generally the answer is not a lot.
Yeah, well, they do say you have the cleanest hand in the gardening media, don't you?
It is true, mate. But I tell you what, one thing I've got loads of. I've potted all my tomatoes this year.
Yeah.
Instead of putting me only because I'm on the move, and with this weather, the only thing is making sure they don't dry out too much. They wilt so much quicker if they're in a pot.
Yes.
I'm trying to keep them a bit shaded. Even them, just like me, I'm trying to keep them shaded as well.
Yeah, and that's a very good point. I mean, that's what I went down the allotment earlier to do, really, was water everything in pots so that they were, like you say, not drying out and not struggling in the heat.
It's just, yeah, like literally this morning I went out there and they were already dry. And I think I've watered them twice today.
Yeah.
Dry again tonight already.
Yeah.
They just look a bit sad. They just look very happy.
Yeah. Well, I think in that case, it's best to water them in the evening so they have a good drink overnight.
Yeah, it sort of holds on to it a little bit longer.
Yeah, well, the plant can then suck it up into itself and move on. That's my theory.
True story, my friend. True story.
Indeed, Lee.
Well, I'm going to let some other people come in with some other awesome songs. Now my Calvin Harris is on the playlist.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that someone else can come along and knock it off, does it?
No, it's on there. You've got the song, and I'll make sure that's the last one for when everyone finishes.
That's locked in. Locked in.
Everything will be locked in that everyone says.
All right, mate. Have a great show, and don't get stay hydrated. Just like I need to keep my tomato plants hydrated.
Yeah, that's why I've got my Gardenia water bottle.
There we go, mate. Thanks, that, mate.
Have a good one. Cheers, dude.
Bye, dude. Bye-bye.
Bye. There we go. First caller of the night, Mr. Lee Connolly from Essex. So Ian McGorgan, and I knew there was going to be somebody who comes up with this. The Birdie Song. The Birdie Song. That's going on the list. That is going on the list. Oracle, Belfast Low. I don't know that one, so I'll put that on the list. It's an emotional song for people from Northern Ireland. As soon as I do get quite a few people from Northern Ireland, that seems appropriate. Stuart Jackson, Road to Hell by Chris Rea. By the way, if there's any particular version or artist that sings your choice in song, then please do let me know. Good point, Richard, and well presented. I can't remember what I said now, but never mind. Flowers in the Rain from Hayley, The Move. Flowers in the Rain. Good choice. Very good choice indeed. The Move. Sorry, it's difficult to try and keep chatting and write these things. Stuart Jackson, it can't be that bad. Lee knows the words. Yeah. Hargrave Gas, Beware of the Flowers, because I'm going to get you by John Otway and Willie Barrett. Beware of the Flowers. Okay. I have to do this freehand to try and speed things up. John Schumann for One Man Went to Mow the Meadow. Okay, John Schumann, that can go on there. This is filling up quite nicely. Tom Jones, The Green Green Grass of Home. The Green Green Grass of Home. Grass of Home. Tom Jones. Digwell Greenfingers has joined. Good evening to you. Just finished watering. Didn't need a can. I just rang out my hat. You know what? I feel the same in here. I think this towel by the end of it is going to be sopping right by the time I finish that. Ian McGorgan, I have to work in the heat tomorrow, potting up fencing, and Tuesday walking behind a mower all day. I'll be in hot kitchens all day, fixing fridges that have gone wrong, and usually because they're too hot. So I know how you feel. Beatrice, my music is similar to yours. Good choice. I love Bed of Roses by Bon Jovi. Yeah, Bed of Roses. Bon Jovi. Every Rose Has Its Thorn. Yeah, Every Rose. Very good choice. Yeah. Has Its Thorn. The band I had at my wedding actually sang Every Rose Has Its Thorn on my wedding day. So that's definitely going on there. Poison. Look at that. We've filled up my first page already. Let's turn this over. Digwell has got Heard It Through the Grapevine by Marvin Gaye. That's a very good choice. Heard It Through the Grapevine. Through the Grapevine. See, I was going to get Amanda to write all these down, but she's said she's too hot today to come and do this. So anybody who's new, who doesn't understand what we're doing, if you look on the description, we've got links to an Amazon playlist and a Spotify playlist. We're going to add all these songs to these gardening playlist as we go. Or when I finish the show tonight, they'll be added on there. But you can click on the link to start to follow those playlists right now. Nikki Cole has said Flowers in the Window by Travis. Flowers in the Window. Travis. I used to like Travis. I've not heard from them. Listened to any of their songs for a while, actually. Good point about winter brassicas. I mean, that's what he was on about when I said about growing brassicas through the winter. Margaret Peacock is saying it's been a good year for the roses. Funny enough, when I was harvesting my potatoes, Ali, I think it's been a good year for potatoes as well. So that's if I remember right, roses and potatoes are from a similar family. So interesting. Adrian, always look on the bright side of life. Of course, always look on the bright side of life. On the bright side of life. Sorry, I'm trying to keep talking while I write these down. Oracles, I never promised you a rose garden. Don't know that one either, but I'll add that. Never promised you a rose garden. Whew. A rose garden. Margaret has came up. Cauliflowers Fluffy. Great song. All the kids sing it. Cauliflowers Fluffy. And she's added a link to it. So if that exists in, obviously, if these songs aren't in Amazon Prime or Spotify, I won't be able to add them, but we'll see what we can do. Cauliflowers Fluffy. Here McGorgan has came up with theme tune to the Triffids. Theme tune to Triffids. I've not seen that film in many years. I'd almost say a couple of decades. Build Me Up Buttercup by the Foundations from Amanda Joy. Build Me Up Buttercup. Foundations. Oracle, Guy Clark, Homegrown Tomatoes. I don't know that one either. Guy Clark, Homegrown Tomatoes. Homegrown Tomatoes. Good thing is I can always go back and over this. Let me finish this. Let It Grow by Eric Clapton. That's a definite good one. Let It Grow, Eric Clapton. Good old Clapton. So we've got another late arrival from Muddy Boots saying in watching the tour finish. I know, if I remember right, you're really into your cycling. So anybody else who's just joining us, we are writing a Amazon Music, a Spotify playlist of a few songs that we can listen to while gardening, and you can all link or all follow the links in the description to sign up to this playlist. Valinda, hello, hope you are well. Singing in the Rain, of course, Singing in the Rain. That has to be done, doesn't it? Especially here in the UK. Noxious Pestrian, I think that is. Sorry if I've pronounced your name wrong. Jumpsuit by 21 Pilots. Jumpsuit 21 Pilots. It's certainly a mix of different songs that we got going on here. Have we had Flowers in the Rain by The Move? I don't think we have, or have we? In the Rain, The Move. I'll pull it down anyway. If it's double, I'll just only do the one. Turbo Stream has got REM Gardening at Night, and he had to Google it. Well, that's right. That's allowed. We'll allow Googling for this show. It's not like we do Mystery Hour on LBC where you're not allowed to Google. We allow it. There we go. REM theme tune. Excuse me. Sorry. Theme tune to Flower Pot and the Men. Okay, so I would be playing some of these songs, but I know I would get striked on YouTube with this sort of thing. So that's why we're going to have to do it this way. Homegrown Tomatoes, awesome. I don't know that song, so I'm going to check that out. Green Tomatoes, Booker T and the MGs from Muddy Boots. Green Tomatoes, Booker T and the MGs. Excellent. Last one from Digwell. Well, don't feel it. You have to. You can always add plenty more. Here comes the rain again. Here comes the rain. I was about to sing that one, but I would not allow anybody or punish you all with my singing. So, Eurythmics. Whew. What else have we got? Oracle, Terry Jacks, Season in the Sun. Terry Jacks, Season in the Sun. Whew. In the sun. Whew. Okay, I think we've caught up. Oh no, what else? Green Sleeves. Green Sleeves. And Season in the Sun by Terry Jacks. Oh, hang on. Have I had that twice? Yeah, we got that one twice. My mistake, sorry. Both Oracle and Muddy Boots have came up with that same one. Hargrave Gas. The Booker T song is Green Onions, not Green Tomatoes. Okay, I'll add Green Onions. Green Onions. Booker T. No worries, no worries. And Flowers in the Rain, The Move, which has been mentioned already. So fantastic, lot of choice. Keep your ideas rolling. Let's play a quick little cooking video. So warning everybody, you might get hungry, but keep your ideas coming for this playlist and we'll keep adding them on. What were we looking for? That one. Right, that was only a quick little video, but I have actually got some of it just here to give it a try. It doesn't look the most appetizing, does it? But let's try it. Yeah. Nice bit of chili, nice bit of paprika. Yeah, it's like Mexican fajitas, fajita flavored potatoes. Nice. I'll definitely do that again. So coming back to this list, Season in the Sun is a bit depressing. I'll have a check on that one, but it's what everyone's decided. It's all going down. Thorn in My Side. Good. Thorn in My Side. Eurythmics. Kevin's Rambles has joined in saying, Marvin Gaye, I heard it through the grapevine. Good choice. Don't forget, if you want to call in, 07307 135 174, or you can click the link and zap yourself in and appear on screen with myself as well. That's going up if you are in the Facebook group or on the YouTube channel. If in Facebook page or YouTube channel. If you're watching in the Facebook group, you won't see the link, I'm afraid. It's just how Facebook works. Adrian, seasoning. Oh, have I already said that? Yeah. sorry I'm late. Have I missed much? From Rebecca. Hello, Rebecca. We are creating a list of songs that we can listen to while gardening. And if you have Amazon Music or Spotify, there's 2 links in the description that you can click on and follow those playlists. And all the songs that have been chosen by the audience will be on there a little bit later on this evening. Ian McGorgan is saying, don't forget to keep drinking. Don't worry, I'm constantly drinking. The good thing is, when you drink, I find drinking water like this, that's about 1 litre in there. So they say you should drink 2 litres of water a day. 2 of those, and I know I've hit what I need. Oracles, we need to help out with your music. My music is not everyone's taste. I know that. But we're trying to make, I think that was with the video, trying to find music to go with it. I spent ages. I wanted a Mexican song, but trying to find music with that lasted about 40 seconds was virtually impossible. Adrian is saying, Season in the Sun is a bit depressing. Isn't it about someone dying? Don't know the song, but I'll look at it. Ian Bennett, spuds look good, but I'd add crispy bacon. That could work. Or pancetta with the potatoes, that is. Morning Has Broken by Cat Stevens. Morning Has Broken. Cat Stevens. That's going on the list. There's only one artist that I can think of that I won't allow, and that's Gary Glitter. No music by Gary Glitter at all. That's the only restriction I have on this. Oh, Muddy Boots has just chosen one of my favourite songs. Just heard a weird noise. There was a dog out there. I don't know if anybody can hear it. I can hear a dog. I hope it's not a fox. Purple Rain by Prince. Good choice. One of my favourite songs. I don't know if anybody is picking up the noise I'm hearing. Adrian, I am drunk to red wine. Yeah, Adrian's on the red wine. I'm just going to have a quick check and see what's going on. No. Open the door, it stops. I think it's one of the people behind me have a little dog out there. Turbo Stream, Banks of the Green Willow by George Butterworth. A nice bit of music for a warm summer afternoon. Sounds good. Banks of the Green. Willow. George Butterworth. Yeah, sorry. I don't normally get distracted by that, but we had a fox in our garden, as you know, a few weeks ago, which unfortunately did get one of my chickens. And the other night, we went out to the cinema. I know how rude of us to go out for an evening. We came back and I saw this fox just laid out in our garden sunbathing. So, yeah. Adrian is drinking tea on the red wine. Has Adrian had more red wine than me? Tears for Fears, Sowing the Seeds of Love. Tears for Fears, Sowing the Seeds of Love. Sowing Seeds of Love. Yeah, I've got a funny feeling I'm not going to be able to read my handwriting after all this. So, excuse me. After all this, I'm going to have to watch back and see how it goes and find everything again. The Spuds needed corned beef to make corned beef hash. Oh, yeah, corned beef hash to add a Mexican corned beef hash. In maybe more than you, not a lot, really. I'm talking about the alcohol. Well done, Muddy Boots. Great song. That was that Morning Purple Rain? Purple Rain, absolutely fantastic song. Nigel's sound is out of sync. I it shouldn't be. It's hard to tell because I spent ages trying to make sure it is in sync. Let me just check. Which one is it? Unless it said itself. No, it should be 648 milliseconds. Should be timed up. But sometimes my sound does go out of sync because I'm using not professional cameras, but proper cameras, not a phone or anything. I've got I'll show you what type I'm using. I'm just like using these sort of camcorders that I use the HDMI out into a device, which sometimes slows things down. So I had to slow my sound down in order to sync it up. So it's all very complicated. So I'll watch it back tonight. If it's out of sync, I'll sort it out again. Thank you. Bally's saying, check your chickens. We do not mind. One of my chickens has actually gone broody, so she's staying in the whole time anyway. So the other one is out and about and doing what she has to do. But yeah, one of my chickens is broody. Thankfully, we nearly bought some more chickens yesterday. Actually, we planned on it, and the place I normally get my chickens from, I'm only having a small window on a Saturday where you can buy chickens. So because we were going out for the day, we decided, and it was something like 10 to 1 they were open, we decided it wasn't going to be right for the chickens to stay in the car all day. Obviously, it's awful, isn't it? So we didn't get any in the end, but we went to an animal rescue place actually, and they had a few chickens there, and they were obviously battery chickens. And I tell you what, it broke our hearts seeing them. No feathers on them at all. Literally looked like a chicken you would buy in a shop, already plucked. Poor little things. And yeah, it was really quite heartbreaking to see that. Just talking of chickens there. Right. Oh, Richard Golden is saying the sound is okay. Sound in sync here in Birmingham. Very close to being perfect. Oh, that's good enough. Sound okay here. Ballycillian, one for the podcast. We are family. Sister Sledge. We are family. Sister Sledge. Of course, if you are listening, or if you have any of these, I could probably do an Apple playlist as well, couldn't I? Of course, if you are on Amazon Music or Spotify podcasts, the Veg Grower podcast, of course, you can listen to that, or any of the other good podcasts out there. As Lee called in, I'll give him a mention, the Skinny Jean Gardener podcast as well. Octopus's Garden Octopus's Garden by the Beatles. Now we're thinking by the Beatles. There we go. Adrian is saying we usually get ex-battery chickens and that they get their feathers back very, very quickly. We thought about it. We really did think about getting these ones. And perhaps we will. But it was just horrible to see, and we came away from it, and we don't buy eggs anymore anyway, because obviously we've got our chickens. But we came away from it even more determined not to buy battery chickens, battery eggs, just free range, and just so much happier with that. Oliver's Army. Now he's put in there in brackets, Richard, obviously with the Veg Grower Army. Now, on that note, as I said last week, we are getting some Veg Grower Army or Veg Grower Crew t-shirts and mugs made up, and I'm hoping we'll get them up this week. And next Sunday, I'll be in this live show with them, and I'll be ready to order from our website, if everything goes to plan, in the nicest possible way. My friend who's the artist, he's very, very good, but sometimes I want to say slow. That's not what I mean. he thinks on it for a while, and then he'll just suddenly get the inspiration, and he'll come out with something amazing. So that's why I tend not to push him. But I've got a few ideas. If he doesn't come through in the next couple of days, of what I can do to get us started. And if that's anything you're interested in, let us know. Will this song list be played at the party, Richard? Absolutely will be played at the party when it goes ahead. It will be going ahead. Like I say, we probably won't do it this year. I just don't think it's advisable to try and get it for everyone, especially with what's going on and things just suddenly change at a moment's notice. For all we know, tomorrow we could be back in a lockdown, and I don't want to make everyone book plans and stuff to try and get down for this party, gathering, barbecue, and lose a load of money. So I'd sooner do it when I feel we are going to be a lot safer. English Country Garden. Yeah, we'll put that one down. English Country Garden. I'm not sure who the original is, but I'm not sure either. But I will tap that in. I'm sure it'll be on the. I'm sure it'll be on one of the what do they call them? Music outlets. Adrian, but you are talking about the batteries. Yes, absolutely, you are giving the batteries a new life. But we couldn't. I think there was 5 or 6 of them. We couldn't fit 5 or 6 in our garden, so we couldn't really split them up either. I wouldn't have felt happy doing that. Theme tune to the Veg Grower podcast. I don't know if I can get that on Amazon because I own the rights to my theme tune. I don't know if I can necessarily get that on there, but I'll see what I can do. Turbo Stream, I buy free range eggs. And Oracle says, I will bring my guitar if all else fails for the party. Excellent. Well, I'll bring my guitar as well, and we'll have a bit of a jamming session, shall we say. But no, the plan is when we do this party, like I say, I don't want to do it and people not be able to get there or restrictions suddenly change. I know when we spoke about it before, some messages from people who were looking to get flights over from Northern Ireland and stuff. I don't want anybody wasting their money because I would feel terrible for that, especially if the plans suddenly change. So I just feel, for my own peace of mind, we're best off waiting until it's a bit more reliable that we can travel. We have less restrictions. I've still got to find somewhere I can do it as well. We've got a few options that we're exploring. We've got somebody a catering van that might be able to do food as well, so make life even easier. But it's all in the plans. All in the plans is what I'm saying. Adrian has a PA system as well, so there we go. We're getting moving more and more forward. If anybody else has any other ideas of what can go on here, I feel the need that I've now got to add one of my own songs. And for me, this is probably not going to be everyone's choice. It's a Guns N' Roses song. And it's going to be Paradise City. Why? Because I love Guns N' Roses. And Roses is in the name, so it just fits quite nicely. Although Amanda has just came back with Welcome to the Jungle, which actually works better. Yeah, we'll put Welcome to the Jungle. There we go. I feel better that somebody else has chosen that rather than me. So yeah, Welcome to the Jungle by Guns N' Roses. I was hoping we were going to get some Guns N' Roses in there. Great minds with Guns N' Roses. Absolutely. Should we have a look at some photos quickly? Now, which one is the photos? There we go. So first of all, let me bring my notes up. Stuart Jackson. Well, this is his brassicas that he's obviously created over some protection from. This is in his garden, not an allotment. I'm used to seeing these sort of protection on allotments. Sticking with Stuart Jackson, the first signs of some type of squash plant growing, possibly courgette, possibly cucumber, who knows, apart from Stuart Jackson. And as we move on to this one, I think that looks like what could only be a little yellow courgette growing at the bottom of his courgette plants. Looks delicious, doesn't it? Sticker of Stuart Jackson, the tomatoes are taking over his patio. We were talking about keeping pots watered earlier, and as you can see, he's placed all his pots in a tray in order to hold on to lots of moisture. Durka, all the way in Canada, has sent me this picture of the mug that she's received. We do ship overseas, so there's no problem with that. It just takes a while to get there. But I'm also really liking the nasturtiums just above. Beautiful colours in that, isn't there? Hayley, who is in the audience tonight, has shared this picture of her grapevines, of grape plants that she's growing, eventually to go down the allotment. That's a good lot of grapevines trained up against a wire and looking really good and healthy, I've got to say. She's also shared this picture of her garden at home, I believe. She said earlier she's been isolating for a week and that's kept her busy. And it certainly looks like a very nice, neat, tidy garden and everything is coming into place. Now, Philly and Linda have shared some pictures of what's going on their allotment. This tomato plants, plenty of tomatoes just in time or just in need of some ripening going on there. But also look at this polytunnel. What a really good looking, tidy and well looked after polytunnel. Sweetcorn on the right, tomatoes on the left, marigolds in the ground. What else have we got? This is a close-up of the right, more tomatoes. On the left, the sweet corn, which just look fantastic, I've got to say. Really do look fantastic. And what have I made a note here? Is that a pumpkin hiding in the bushes I see? Well, I certainly think as we zoom out, it does look like a pumpkin trailing away over the place with that beautiful looking pumpkin growing up just under there. This is another one of a different angle with that shot. And we finish off from Philly and Linda with what looks like a pear tree. And I'm quite jealous of this pear tree because my pears unfortunately got hit by a late frost. They were developing some beautiful looking fruits, and then the frost came along and wiped them out. And I think the leaves are struggling with a bit of blight on mine. So I'm very, very jealous of this, but you know, that's great. This came in from Turbo Stream. He's obviously been busy picking some broad beans, and what a good haul of broad beans there is in there. And as you can see, he's picked them out and got them ready to be cooked, but also shared these pictures of his wildflower areas, which just look absolutely beautiful and stunning. There's always got to be space for wildflowers. I'm coming to the assumption of nowadays. Even look better, doesn't it? And finally, this has also came from Turbo Stream. Last week we were talking about seed saving. Well, he's been busy saving sweet pea seeds, and as you can see, there's a lot in there. So plenty there to keep us all very, very busy. Yeah, I find that quite inspirational seeing those pictures. So please do post them in our Facebook group or send them to me, as all the people have done before. I probably won't. I may not use all your pictures, but any one of them I may well use, and it makes my life easier. We've got no videos came in this week, I'm afraid, so I can't cut away to that. And I've done the cooking. I've done that. So yeah. What else have we got? So, Ian Beddoes is saying, anything by Supergrass? Any particular song of choice for Supergrass? I can think of one, but we'll see what anybody else says. Green Grass of Home, which I think we've had already. So that's on the list straight away. Ian Meadows, we've been pinged today. Turns out someone on the plane has tested positive. So, yeah, I think it was last weekend when I put my foot in it, and Ian put a message up saying he was going to Madeira for a funeral, and I only read the first half at first. So, apologies again, Ian. I know I emailed you to apologise. Been out to Madeira. He's got to isolate when he comes back, and now he's been pinged. So, definitely got to isolate. Stuart Jackson, that plant was a courgette that I wasn't sure what it was. It was some type of squash. So it was a courgette. Ernie has joined a beautiful sunny evening from Dorset. Watching you from a neighbour's outdoor pool. It feels weird doing so. Tell you what, I think as soon as I finish here today, I'll be straight in my pool as well to make the most of it. You know, I know we keep going on about it being hot. We're not used to it in this country, are we, really? So make sure you drink plenty. We're not used to it in the slightest in this country. If anybody wants to call in, 07307 135 174, or you can zap yourself in on the link that's going up on the Facebook page or the YouTube channel right about now. That you zap yourself in and you appear on the screen with me. And if anybody else has just joined us and wondering what we're doing, we are creating a playlist of songs that we can listen to for gardening, and these will be on Amazon and Spotify on our playlists a little bit later on. So let's just recap. We've got One Man Meant to Mow. Combine Harvester has been told to go. If anybody wants to save Combine Harvester, then say your piece now. Summer by Calvin Harris. The Birdie Song. Belfast Low, if I've pronounced that right. Road to Hell by Chris Rea. Flowers in the... I think I can't read my handwriting. Flowers in There's Something by The Move. Beware of the Flowers. Can't remember who the artist was. The Green Grass of Home by Tom Jones. Bed of Roses by Bon Jovi. Every Rose Has Its Thorn by Poison. Heard It Through the Grapevine. Flower in the Window by Travis. Always Look on the Bright Side of Life. I Never Promised You a Rose, if I've got that right. Cauliflowers. I can't read my handwriting again, but I'll double check that. Theme tune to Day of the Triffids. I can't read my handwriting. Let It Grow by Eric Clapton. Singing in the Rain. Jumpsuit. Flowers in the Rain. The Move. I've got that down twice. REM Gardening at Night. Theme tune for Flower Pot Men. There was a pigeon on the roof that time. Here Comes the Rain by Eurythmics. Jerry Jade Seasoning the Green Sleeves. Green Onions. Thorn in My Side by Eurythmics. Morning Has Broken, Cat Stevens. Purple Rain by Prince. I can't read my handwriting on that one. Tears for the something or another. My handwriting is terrible at the best of time, even when I'm rushing. So, We Are Family by Sister Sledge. Octopus's Garden by the Beatles. Oliver's Army. English Country Garden. Guns N' Roses, Welcome to the Jungle, and Supergrass. Now, Rain on Me by Lady Gaga. That's another good one. That's reminded me of another song out of many years ago. about 10 years ago by Rihanna that perhaps could go on this list. I don't know. It's up to you guys. Keep the Combine Harvester one. There we go. So we got 1 vote against Combine, 1 vote for Combine. Right. Were you a doctor with that terrible handwriting? No, I've always had terrible handwriting, and it's something I battle with. Stuart saying, I think we should keep I haven't. So that's 2 for Combine and 1 without it. So I'm looking like Lee is lucked out on that. We're going to keep it because it's more people have said it. The Wurlitzers. The Wurlitzers. I don't know who they are. I thought it was the Wurzels, but I'll add that to the list. Have we had the Summertime by Mungo Jerry? I don't think we have, but that is definitely going on the list. Mungo Jerry. Oh, here we go. It's getting hot with the Combine Harvest. First time ever I'm with Lee from Richard Golding. So Digwell, being from Bristol, I say keep Combine Harvester by the Wurzels. Oh, so it was even until Digwell came in with another for it. Apparently, I am right. I don't know what I was right with. So could you tell my wife that? Because I'm always right, I tell her, but she never believes me. I think we've got quite a good list here. That'll keep us busy on the allotment for a few hours, I'd imagine. Okay. We can keep the list going, of course. Anybody else has any other ideas? Or Hargrave Gas, he's saying, I like the Wurzels. I'm trying to think of the Wurzels' other song that I know of, which would fit in, but I can't think what it is. Oh, David Mosley, Walking on Sunshine. Walking on Sunshine. I think my chair's about to break. Walking on Sunshine. Katrina and the Waves. I like the Wurzels. So we've got 2 for, 2 against the Wurzels, if I'm not mistaken. You'll be dashing off full of loo as soon as you finish tonight. I don't think I will because it's all coming out here. I'm going to be low on salt, I think, if anything. Oh, let's have another swig. There we go. Hargrave Gas. Where he that blackbird, he might be the other. Where he that blackbird. I don't know if that was the one I was thinking of, but I can't think what it was. Cider drinker. That's it. Cider drinker. That is definitely going on the list. Yeah, Digwell, I am a cider drinker. That's definitely going on the list. More vodka. No, just more water. I'm feeling like I need more of this. Oh, it's getting hotter and hotter in here as well. I don't have a thermometer in here to see how hot it is, but with the lights and the computers going on in here, it's getting warmer and warmer. Green Grass of Home by Tom Jones. We've already got that one on the list, so that's great. If anybody else is joining us, wants to know what we're doing, we're creating a playlist of songs that we can listen to while gardening. If you want to attach, if you want to join the playlist, the links are up in the description. They're not on there at the moment because this is all created by the audience, and we'll be adding those when I finish this show. I'll go up and add it. Stuart Jackson, it's I'm a cider drinker. We need as many from them as possible just to upset them. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Okay, well, if people want to keep adding it. If you want to zap in, the link is going up in the Facebook group and the Facebook page and the YouTube channel right now. If anybody is watching in the Facebook group, sorry, I may not see your name. You just might come up as Facebook user. So you may not see my links. It's just the way Facebook works. It's really annoying. And on that note, I did do this last week and I got told off. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, click to get the notifications when I go live and all that sort of thing. I've got to say, otherwise I get told off by both Facebook and YouTube for not saying anything. I probably should say it anyway to try and promote it, but I'm just not very good at that. Stuart Jackson is saying, sorry, Lee, only joking. I can't see if Lee's still here at the moment, so never know. Looks like it's 37 billion degrees in the shed. It feels like it. It really does feel like it. I mean, this T-shirt, I think I'm going to be ringing. I mean, yeah, you can see that. I know that's not very pleasant, but you can actually see it around there. I literally popped this T-shirt on just before I went live. Are you potting jingles in between? I suggest, oh, look, Petuna, he's waving at us. I don't know if I can, but that might be something we can think about doing in the future. I'm with Amazon. I actually am part of their background podcast group. So that's actually something I might suggest that we can link in when I have a meeting with Amazon about that. So that's a good idea. Like making a CD. Adrian has done all that liking, subscribing and following and everything, which that's how he knows when we go live. Yeah. Let me grab that T-shirt again. Whew. The Move, Flowers in the Rain. I think we've got that one as well. I think we have pretty much gone through quite a few lot of good songs that we've got on this list. If anybody has any other ideas, then please do keep adding them in, and we'll add them in. And of course, anybody has any ideas at a later date when this show isn't live, we can add them in at a later date. This isn't going to be it doesn't have to only be what goes on tonight. It's been a lot of fun though, hasn't it? It's been a lot of fun coming up with some good gardening songs that we can listen to while gardening. Now, talking of gardening, I think this week is going to be very, very hot again. And I know we keep going on about the heat, but I think I want to say, if it's hot like it is, do not try and push yourself out in the garden. You've got to get everything done. It'll still be there. There's no good making yourself ill. But if you do have to garden, this is my little tip. And what I'll be doing this week, I might be doing a bit early in the morning or late in the evening after I finish work. I think I've said this quite often on the podcast. That's my biggest tip when it comes to trying to garden when it's hot. Sunstroke, and I get sunstroke all the time because I'm an idiot. Sunstroke is not fun. It is not fun at all. It'll wipe you out for a couple of days. Just make sure, keep up with the water. Rebecca in the Facebook group is saying it's great for my chilies and tomatoes this year. It's going to be great for those of those crops as long as we remember to keep them watered. But the weeds are possibly going to grow as well. Ian McGorgan is always in the kitchenette parties. There's always someone always in the kitchenette party. And he goes on to say, drink loads of drink in the morning and wear a hat. I don't get on with hats. I can't wear them. But yeah, it's probably advisable to wear a hat. I find I get too hot in them, so I don't wear them. Although my flat cap is the only hat I really wear these days. But that's my own stupidity for not wearing a hat. But it is advisable. Oh, Genesis, Return of the Giant Hogweed. That is another really good one to go on this list. Return of the Giant Hogweed. Of the giant hogweed. Add that. Digwell is saying, stay cool, drink Freon. No, do not drink it. Do not drink it. It's not it's not good for you. I had to say that because if I don't, because of my job, I could end up getting fined thousands of pounds. My allotment will have to fend for itself in this heat. Far too hot for me. Yeah. I mean, I feel exactly the same. It's far too hot for me. I don't like the heat. I much prefer it being cooler. So, yeah, I kind of feel the same. My allotment may have to fend for itself. But what I'll do, I'll finish. I will be working late this week. I know that much. So all I'll do is when I finish work, I'll stop off at my allotment. I'll give everything a good drink of water. And that'll be it. And then I'll come home and do the same. Turbo Stream has also had heat stroke a few years ago. Never again. No, it's not nice. It is not nice. I think, was it last year I had it really bad to the point I was in bed shivering, sweating. I felt cold but horrible. Absolutely horrible in that. This is a trick that I have heard of, actually. Add a cabbage leaf in the hat to keep cool. I didn't know if that was an old wives' tale or not. So this would have been a good... that might have been a good video to actually try and test this theory out, thinking about it. There you go. There you go. That's a little... Any YouTubers out there that want an idea of what to do in this heat, a cabbage leaf in the hat to try and keep cool. Where have all the flowers gone? Not sure who sang it. Add that to the list as well. We've got quite a collection here. I think this is going to be a long playlist. Where have the flowers gone? Add that. Turbo Stream had prickly heat a few years ago. That was bad too. Don't think I've ever had prickly heat. I've definitely had heat stroke. It's not pleasant. It's not pleasant at all. Not pleasant at all. I try and make sure I'm always hydrated anyway, but it's not easy. It's not as easy as we think. Especially down on the allotment, we have no real drinking water on the allotment. We have mains water, but it goes into a trough, and we can use that for watering our plants, but not for drinking, because the council doesn't want to take any liability, quite rightly, if anybody gets ill through drinking it. So when I do go down the allotment, I've got a big 10 litre jerry can with a tap on the bottom that I stick that on my shed, and use that to try and keep some cold water or keep some fluids going into me. It works really quite well, and I can easily go through that 5 litres in a day. But I've got to admit, I'm drinking water, but I'm not a lover of water. I prefer a bit of flavour with it. So what I might sometimes do, if I've got something like that, is just add some chopped fruit in the bottom and make like a cold fruit tea, strawberries, lime, that sort of thing, just to add a bit of flavour to the water. And I think that helps me personally. Where's this one leaking? Helps me personally drink a bit more. Just realised this one's leaking because of the seal. Right. Adrian, today I walked down a field bare-topped and on return felt the heat on my back. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure I burnt the back of my head. I've probably burnt my face as well, looking at how, I don't know if it's these lights again that are making me look even more red. I've had heat stroke 2 times and sat in a cold bath eating ice cream and drunk cold water. It's not fun and you feel so sick. It is really not fun. It is horrible. So at the end of the day, looking at the weather, I think we're expecting rain at the end of this week anyway. So the garden's still going to be there. And it's very rare that I say don't garden. And I'm not saying don't garden, but I'm saying if it's too hot, then listen to yourself, listen to your body. You know, this t-shirt, like I said, was clean on 5 minutes before I went live. I've had this on an hour and 25 minutes. And now it's soaking. Just not worth it. Right. Adrian, you should get a 6-litre caravan wheeling container. Yeah, I've got my jerry can that I carry that works just as well. Wise Al, my husband's uncle used to keep stinging nettle leaf in his pipe tobacco to keep it moist. That's interesting. I'm not sure if I would stick that in a hat or anything. Does anybody still smoke pipes these days? Wore Crocs today in the garden, took them off and had red dots sunburned on my feet. Yeah, I mean, this is a trouble and it doesn't take long. On that note, don't forget to wear sun cream. Everyone wears sun cream. I always say sun cream should be in the first aid kit for this sort of weather. You know, I'm a little. I mean, we've only got 12 minutes to go till the end of this show. So if anybody wants to call in or zap in, please do. I didn't want to. I know this is a gardening show, but I didn't want to talk too much about actual physical gardening in this heat today. That's why I'm glad we done, even though we planned it in advance. I'm glad we done it about the playlist, the song playlist, because that's something that we can do without without having to think about, I want to go out and do this. Last year, I overwatered my plot. I have hardly watered this year, and the plants are fine so far. Well, we've been lucky. I do think we have been lucky this year in that we have had lots of rain. All my water butts are full, which at this time of year is unheard of. But, excuse me, sorry. Of course, when it rains, that keeps the moisture in the soil, which helps our plants, so they're not seeking out the moisture so much. There we go. I've got hiccups now. It's from drinking so much water. But yeah, what was I saying? So yeah, we're not needing to water so much this year. Now it's only really just got hot and stopped raining, but I think we're going to have plenty of water to carry on, plenty of rain water to carry on throughout this year. Garden at night. Yeah. Fire up a lawnmower or a chainsaw at midnight. Neighbours won't mind, will they? Like I say, garden when it's cooler. Definitely garden when it's cooler. Garden in the evening. But at the end of the day, like I say, I think it's going to cool down by the end of the week. We're going to get some rain coming again. What needs doing can hold out till the weekend. Dig out or a piece of orange peel in a rolling backy. I know some people have grown tobacco actually. It fits quite nicely. I don't smoke. Gave up years ago, so I never had any inclination to try and grow tobacco or anything. But I think if I did, I probably would be trying to grow it. Not worn sun cream since I was a teenager. Ian, wear it. It should be in the first aid kit. I actually have sun cream in my shed on the allotment just in case, as well as in my van, just in case. Yeah, Adrian, I did not mean lawnmower. No, I was taking the mick. To get rid of hiccups, drink half a teaspoon of vinegar. It does work. I haven't got any vinegar. No, I haven't got any vinegar in here, but I can drink water. Oh, Right, 9 minutes to go. Oh yeah, Ian, I like battery hedge cutters as so quiet. Funny enough, yes, everybody who's probably listened to a podcast will know I've moved on to battery powered power tools, garden tools, so much over this last year, and I love them because, well, one of the advantages anyway, they are so quiet. I could probably just sit outside this shed and nobody would hear it. Lawnmowers, battery chainsaws, hedge cutters, drills and stuff. I mean, the drills are still noisy actually, but yeah, they are so quiet that it gives us the for me, that was a real big bonus about these battery powered tools, and they last quite a while. That's another song, Class of 99, Wear Sun Cream. That, yes, Class of 99, Sun Cream. Yes, that's definitely going on there. 110 degrees last year in Death Valley was no problems. What's next week topic, Richard? No idea. This is one of those shows that I haven't had the chance to think what's coming up next week. I had an idea, but I've forgotten what it is off the top of my head. So anybody's got any ideas or suggestions, get in touch and share them. On the audio podcast that goes out tomorrow, I generally have no idea what I'm going to be doing as the main subject. I need to go out and visit someone's allotment soon. I'm going to try and do that during this week to do another little podcast. I'm trying to go out somewhere else and visit something once a month in order to do that. I've got an idea if Steve's watching, and perhaps we'll go over to his. But yeah, for next week, I've got no idea. For Monday's podcast, I've got no idea. J&J, Johnson & Johnson just recalled sunscreen due to cancer-causing ingredients. Yeah, I didn't know that, but yeah. Ian Meadows has just ordered a battery strimmer. What make did you get? You got 7 minutes to let us know if you have the chance. Or a teaspoon of sugar to stop hiccups. A Knowledge Quest is saying it's 30.7 degrees in the shade here. If I remember right, you in London, which is always quite warm. I don't know what it is here. It's hot. As I said, we've nearly finished this entire bottle while on the show tonight. And that doesn't include all the juice, squash that I've drank before coming on the show. Need to get you to my mate's fruit tree nursery. Yeah, Ian. Yes, we do. I did chat to them last year about going to their fruit nursery and what have you, and doing a podcast. But it was a bit difficult because, well, with COVID restrictions and what have you. So, yeah. Oh, Knowledge Quest is in Wales. Sorry, nowhere near London. Got that completely wrong. Stay covered up to and avoid the middle of the day on a plot. Yeah, I mean, it's exactly what I did today. It's not so easy when you're at work to avoid the heat of the sun. I mean, tomorrow, probably about midday, I'll be on the motorway, knowing my luck, stuck in traffic, blazing out in the heat, and my van has no aircon at the moment. Maybe garden tools that you bought that never get used, etc. That's a good subject. Tools that never get used. I think we've spoken about that before, but that's but if we can plan it, yeah, I think we will do that next week. Garden tools you bought that never get used. So we'll do that next week. And what we can do with that is I'll bring in a few examples that I can show on screen, either by a picture or something. Everybody out there who's watching still and has any tools that they brought and never get used, send me a picture of it with a little bit of a writing about it as well as your normal pictures of your plots, or even a video. If you've got a video, even better. Send me that. Richard@theveggrowerpodcast.co.uk is my email address. or you can find me on social media. That'll be great. I'm getting a draft coming from someone, which is just really quite pleasant now. Knowledge Quest has seconded that. Yep, okay. And somebody else, I think this is Rachel, we could have a tool swap. That's not a bad idea, actually. I mean, the tool swap might be a bit tricky because of how we can try and get it around. But yeah. Well, I know when I did the seed swap, I needed people to email me, and either emails I didn't receive, or it got very complicated. But so to try and do a tool swap is going to be another challenge. But that's not a bad idea. Tools that never get used. We'll do that next week, and hopefully next week it'll be a little bit cooler, that we can all be a bit more compos mentis and think a bit more. Or is that just me that's struggling tonight? Or your most used guard. We'll do both. Most used and never used. Most used and never used. There we go. Tool swap at the meetup. And well, yeah, we could do the tool swap at the meetup, but we don't know when that's going to happen yet, because that's a long way off. I mean, I think actually the date I was thinking is we get an extra long weekend next year for the Queen's Jubilee. I think we've got a 4-day weekend with bank holidays either side. So that is when I was thinking might be a good time to do this, do the meetup, if it all goes to plan. The biggest trouble is trying to find somewhere to do it in. We win or we win, never be defeated. Yeah, okay. I'm not sorry. I'm not sure what that's about. Yes, great subject for next week. There we go. We're going to do that. So, well, let's start wrapping up this evening. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me. It's been lovely to see you. Apologies for it being so warm, and it's difficult to try and get our heads together and everything in this heat, but at the same time, I think we've created a good playlist in order to try and take our minds off the heat and not think about going out in this heat in the gardening. Got to have a swig of cup water again. Now, of course, please do take care of yourselves. Please do not try and garden when it's so hot. Like I said, getting heat stroke is not pleasant. So do not get it. And if you've got animals as well, please think about them. Plenty of cold water for them as well. They're not like us and have the ability to get out. So the playlist, Spotify, Amazon Music, and if there's any others, I'll add it to that if we can do that. Follow the links in the description to get those. I will also add them on my website somehow or another. Please do click and join the playlist. I will get those written up as soon as we finish, and that'll be it for that. Thank you so much for your input. This has been fantastic. It's great to see everyone's ideas on this. We'll be back again next Sunday for another live show. We got the podcast on Monday. I want to do more during the week, but we'll see what happens with regards to work. Thanks, guys. You take care. Please look after yourselves. Please stay cool. Please stay hydrated. Please make sure your pets also stay hydrated. Good night and take care.